Hi everyone, Melissa here from CloudMom.com. So one of the most horrifying things that can happen to us as parents is when our children fight in public and embarrass us. I once had someone say to me on an airplane as she saw my 5 kids behaving in a sort of unruly manner, "Ain't my fault you had 5 kids. People can be so mean." Seriously. But one of the things I've started to realize as a mom is that as important as it is for me that my children respect others and behave well in public, at the same time, I can't worry too much about what other people think, because when I do, I tend to overreact, get more angry, and make the situation worse. So here's a recent example of this, and I'm going to sort of put it out there, and then I want to hear what other people have to say and whether they've experienced this feeling of being embarrassed when their kids fight in public in front of others. I was on an airplane with my kids, and during landing, 2 of them were side by side, and they get in this heated argument, screaming and crying over the armrest, and the entire plane is like, "Come on, it's mine, he had it for the whole flight." And I was so mortified because it's like my worst nightmare that my kids aren't behaving well. So I did the stupidest thing I've ever done. The fasten seatbelt sign was on, and I actually got out of my seat, went behind me, took one kid out, put him in my seat, and then got in the seat next to him, next to the other kid, thereby breaking up the fight, which was totally unsafe because the plane was actually landing. It had just started to land, but that fasten seatbelt sign was on. Needless to say, my one son continues to scream because he's like, "I lost my shoe!" And I'm like, oh my God. Other passengers are looking at me like, "You're crazy." And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, I hope none of these people recognize me. Good thing I'm just like such a small blogger, because if anyone recognized me, this would be truly humiliating. But as I sat there like this, my face in my hands, just feeling like the whole experience was a complete nightmare, I realized that where I had really gone wrong was in just not ignoring the fight, letting them figure it out, letting it run its course, and in really freaking out that I wanted to stop the fight because I was so embarrassed about what other people were thinking. So I did something totally unsafe. So I think this is a great example of this whole fighting in public issue. And really, as important as it is to me that my kids have good manners, I am going to try to ignore what other people think and just say to myself, okay, they're kids, I'm a mom, this will end, not to overreact and to let the fight run its course. I'll try to control it, but I'm not going to go to extreme and unsafe measures like I did on that plane trip. But anyway, other moms, have you had this experience of feeling humiliated when your kids fight in public? What did you do about it? Do you think that I've come to the right conclusion here? I welcome your views on this. Please comment on my blog on CloudMom.com. And thank you so much for watching. And peace.